Kim Porter's ex, Albie Shore, speaks out, and he has some things to say about this book. But the question is he really saying this thing's entirely fake?
Pascal.
What's up, y'all? As you guys already know, we've been covering everything that's been revolving around this Diddy case. It's been absolutely crazy. And of course, the streets have been talking about Kim Porter, especially her mysterious demise. A lot of us are wondering, was this thing, did she really have pneumonia? Did she not have pneumonia? So on and so forth. But one of the main reasons why people are really talking about her even more right now is because of this book. And yes, I've been reading excerpts from this book on my live shows and all that. And of course, I'm going to be doing a big dive into this whole book very, very soon. We're going to be reading excerpts from the book, all that stuff as a family on the main channel. But the thing is everybody's been, this has turned into a bestseller on Amazon, real talk. A lot of people are wondering, is this fake? Even myself, we talked about this last night. I'm wondering, is this real or is this fake? But that's the thing I think we are all trying to figure out. But here's the thing. I'll be sure. Okay. Her ex. Okay. Father of Quincy. Okay. And of course, he has been very vocal about Diddy. And he's been vocal for a long time, y'all. I know some people out here being like, oh, now you want to come out. Now you want to say something, Al. Now you got something to say. No, he's been saying things for a long time. Hence the reason why he was on a ventilator for several weeks, where he was literally at the brink of death. It's crazy the amount of stuff what this man went through, right? So this man is saying he knows some truths, he knows some things about this whole thing, okay? About Diddy and about the goings-ons that has happened at these white parties and then some, okay? And again, just so you guys can see, this is Quincy. He's in the middle. That is the child that they made together, that Albie Shore and Kim Porter made together. Of course, they divorced. Then Kim Porter moved on to Diddy, and then, of course, had 3 children with Diddy as well. And again, everyone wants to know what actually happened to Kim Porter. Was this at the hands of a diabolical, sinister Diddy? Or did she really die or lose her life from pneumonia? Now, the thing is that he's had a few things to say, which, of course, he spoke out just a few hours ago on his Instagram. He's been saying things for a long time. In fact, he did a video 3 days ago, right after, around the time that Diddy got arrested and, was denied bail and all that stuff. So he's been out here speaking, but he's been speaking for a long time, guys. He's been speaking for years about this stuff, okay? He's trying to get the word out there and letting people know what the hell is going on. But the thing is he said some things now that he posted just a little bit ago. And he actually posted this photo, okay? He did like a part 1 and 2 type post. And this literally just was put up just about an hour or two ago. As far as during the recording of this video, okay? And so it's still hot and fresh out the kitchen. I don't know if I can even use that phrase anymore, okay? That's another sinister individual, and that's a whole other conversation in itself. But let's get into this, okay? So he says, peep game, hashtag peep game. He says, and of course he tagged a bunch of other places like the United States Department of Justice, FBI, okay? DOJ, DEA, the CIA, LAPD, NYPD, LVMPD. He tagged everybody he could think of, okay? Every law enforcement he could think of to basically go, hey, look into this, guys. Could you please look into this, dag nabbit? All right? But he had a lot to say, and he definitely talked about this book. So let's get into it. He said, peep game, for over a decade and a half, I've been posting about and tagging random law enforcement agencies in hopes to protect loved ones, avoid demise, I've got to use these code words, and tragedies that could have all been avoided. Despite this, I have been ignored, ridiculed, and medically silenced to cover up these crimes you're all now aware of by a aggressive or very aggressive PR team and costly campaign to silence and physically harm me from exposing. It only aimed to prevent me from further sharing publicly the facts and the insights Lady KP, Kim Porter, okay, shared with me during our frequent and intimate conversations in her selfless attempts to save my life by sharing frequent plans to do harm and possibly by ending my life. So he's basically saying, hey, I had conversations with her where she was basically trying to tell me, hey, like, he was trying to put you on the chopping block. You might have been up next. He's got plans to do some bad things, just being safe, like just giving you a heads up, which is crazy. Okay. Like I said, he said attempts to save my life by sharing frequent plans to do harm and possibly by ending my life. That's crazy. Okay. And who is he talking about? Who's making these plans? Right? Who's making these conversations? I'll let you fill in the blank. Clearly, we already know who could possibly be that person. All right. Now, of course, he says underneath here, further investigation request, okay, for Kimberly Porter. So let's go into this. He says, I'm writing this to formally request an investigation into an entire group of individuals who worked at or around the residence of Kimberly Porter, including the publicist who assisted drafting this. So it has come to my attention that these persons who were also instructed to steal her computer and mobile devices, which contained her quote unquote original notes, are distinct from the fabricated BS and offensive pages circulated via Amazon, which depict graphic acts involving me that never took place and were edited and added after Miss Porter's tragic demise or tragic M. Now, what's interesting about this, because of course later on he calls this thing calculated fiction. Now, again, like I asked you guys before in this live, I said, hey, could this be someone who took this? Could this be fan fiction? Could this be somebody who took all the rumors that were percolating out here in these streets, and they just put Kim Porter's diary, wrapped her diary around, a fabricated diary around these rumors, and this is just glorified fan fiction. You got to remember, this is not released by her. This was released by somebody else who claims this is hers. Who's to say, like what he's saying here, which is possible, that somebody actually got this and added stuff to it. Like he says here, this was edited and added. So there was information in here that was edited and added later. So is he saying that some of it is actually true in this book? Some of the things that are being said in this book are actually her writing, but somebody else added more stuff just to make it more spicy, make it a little bit more zesty, okay? Make it a little bit more saucy. I'm curious about that as well. But he also says, okay, again, graphic acts involving me that never took place. Now, there's a part that I read before to you guys that is absolutely crazy, where they basically say that I'll be sure and Diddy bumped uglies. Real talk. It's the wildest ish. I'm not kidding. They bumped uglies allegedly in this book. It's in page, what is it? Page 12 of the book. They out here bumping uglies. This was the moment. Literally, I read that and I was like, wait a second. I threw the book down and I'm like, is this real? Is this fake? What's going on here? Or is this glorified fan fiction? Could it be fan fiction, guys? He says more. Kim Porter's missing devices, allegedly already in evidence, unquestionably contain the critical evidence that have been concealed. So he's saying we don't have that information. Nobody has it. So this book, may be a fabrication. I'm convinced that evidence corroborates closely with details outlined in the recently released public indictment document, which we've already been reading that. We've deep dived into that. It's been crazy, right? Additionally, it is pertinent to note that the individuals involved in this matter may also be connected to also concealing the alleged M's of several prominent artists, a situation that has left many bewildered, yet those who are immersed in the culture and familiar with the intricacies of the entertainment industry may have a clearer understanding of the obvious. Now, again, yes, allegedly, even in this book, she talks about, and like I said, if this is real, we're gonna tread lightly, and if this is fake, okay. But still, she even said in this book, like, witnessing Diddy sketch, try to put a hit out on Tupac, not protecting Biggie when he flew out to California. And those things could very well be real, but then also at the same time, it could also just be fabrication, fan fiction, glorified fan fiction. That literally could be it. But let's continue on, okay? It is with a heavy heart that I reflect on the legacy of our beloved Lady KP, Kim Porter. It is truly disheartening to think that those she considered close friends and who are financially compensated by her perpetrator or perpetrators, Diddy and others, may have conspired with the perpetrator to obscure the truth and tarnish her name, my name, and her unfinished book notes with these ridiculous and unfounded narratives. The absence of Miss Porter leaves a void, depriving her of the opportunity to address these inaccuracies personally and to share her own factual memoirs detailing the brutal terror and madness she endured. Which he's got a point. She's not alive. So anyone could be out here writing books, okay? And there's other books out here, y'all. There's more books starting to trickle out. Now, they're not sitting here saying that they're her own words, but there's more books coming out talking about Kim Porter and the madness and the terror that she endured. But she's not alive to confirm nor deny any of those things. So some people are out here trying to scoop up a bag. Let's be real. So we have to be cautious, right? And again, like I said, I'm going to keep asking, what y'all think? Do you think this book is real or not? Let's continue on. Check all the text messages. I think there's a typo there. So check all the messages of those who serve in a PR capacity, as they have brilliantly and underhandedly crafted this fictitious story to service a personal vendetta. Like I said, could this be wrapped around just rumors? A fictitious fan fiction type of story wrapping around nothing but rumors and just sliding Kim Porter's name as the narrator and then put Diddy as the bad guy. Like I said, when you read this, it's almost like you're reading a really bad Tyler Perry movie. Okay, like he is the bad guy. There's moments where he's literally you can see him twisting his mustache as he's talking about how diabolical he is. Is it really 100% real? I don't know. It just seems a bit weird. He's twirling his villain mustache. He's like, oh, I shall never be thwarted. It's like that. Diabolical. It's crazy, okay? But let's continue on. There's more. There's so much to unpack. Unfortunately, I'm the only survivor by the blessings of a medical team that initially gave up because of multiple system organ failure, septic, intubated on a ventilator for 38 days, and forced to visit death's doorstep. But the God I serve and worship had another plan. Keep in mind that this is just the G-rated version of what I endured over a decade plus to silence the OG. I also kept forensic records of every individual who was sent my way to set me up, track me, gaslight me, and allegedly cause harm to my system. Now, again, guys, this is quite the statement that he put out here. And he's basically saying, hey, man, the things that you guys are reading right now is absolutely 110% fake news. That's what he's saying right now. But at the same time, I guess I wonder, how much of it is real and how much of it is fake. Could there be some truths in this book with some fabrications wrapped around it? Again, what sucks about this is, yes, it is very easy for someone to sit here, write a quick little 59-page book and say, "Oh, these are her last words. These are indeed her last words." Because she's not here to fight back. She's not here to sit there and go, "No, this ain't my book. This ain't my writing." It's easy to do this. You know what this also makes me think of? I don't know if you guys know this book, but Go Ask Alice. It's a book that I read when I was a kid a long time ago. It was about a girl going through addiction, and it was like a kind of like a diary, and it was a day by day showing her, just being a young kid to her getting deeply addicted to substances, right? Only to find out that that actual book was fake, that somebody just wrote that. Somebody wrote a fictitious diary and tried to make it seem like it was actually written by someone who actually passed away due to their addictions, and that they just published this book out there for everyone to read. That was a real thing. I'm serious. Go look it up. Go Ask Alice. Literally, it is a book that it does actually exist. And we all at that time, for all y'all who read it, thought that this was literally from the perspective of somebody battling addiction, only to find out that it was all fake. So when I look at something like this, I wonder the same thing too. Okay, which, by the way, that diary was much longer. There was many more pages and all that too. But a writer wrote that, and it was fake. And apparently there's other books just like that too. So when I look at something like this, I wonder if this really is her last words as well. And I'm telling you right now, we are going to be deep diving into this, doing a much bigger, kind of review conversation about this book, because I am quite curious about this book. But now you're hearing from her ex-husband, one of her baby daddies, her first baby daddy, okay, speaking out about this book. And he's saying that this is fake. Now, again, let's put this into perspective, or let's put this on the table too. He could be saying that it's fake for the sake of trying to not have certain information that's in this book about him and Diddy out here in these streets as well. He might be embarrassed by those things. Maybe he doesn't want that kind of information out there. Maybe this book is true, but he doesn't want to be embarrassed by it. God only knows. God only knows. But like I said, there's something about this book that just, I don't know, that just throws up a lot of question marks. So like I said, what say you? Have you read the book? Do you believe it? Do you think it's fake? Do you think it's real? What are your thoughts? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. That'd be great. Also, hit that follow button if you're watching on other platforms. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Like I said, he could be trying to cover his own butt. But then again, why would he do that? He's been talking about this for years. So he might be saying, hey, this is all fake, and it could very well be fake. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.